All right, Sag, there's something about this, though, that makes me feel like this is because of somebody else's past. But we'll get into that. So, from Lay Vampire, the past of prison, bitterness, grudge, and refusal to let go, and then dissipating from chakra wisdom. And you aren't the only ones to pull the past of prison. But the reason why I think it has to do with somebody else is because this card talks about the bitterness of somebody else's past being put on you. That's a part of this card. Beyond dealing with the difficulties of your own past. Whatever the case is here, though, with dissipating, it's like, yeah, things could be this way, but I'm not really willing to do anything about it. It's like you're just allowing your dreams and your desires to, dissipate because of a painful past, whether it's yours or somebody else's, that's like preventing things from moving forward, which I kind of feel like looking at this. But when you're looking at dissipating, it talks about going in circles, making excuses, procrastinating, needing to take action, but being content to just daydream about what could be, but this is the reason why that's happening. All right, Sag. Here's your overall for the week, the Page of Pentacles. So wanting to get something started here. I look at the Page of Pentacles and, I do think that it does have to do with communication, but the communication that does come through is about needing to start something, needing to work on something. I look at this and I think of starting at the bottom, working your way to the top here, but what is realistic and practical, right? So for you, it's like right there, but with the Oracle cards, is it going anywhere though? Oh, shit. All right. In the past, the Seven of Swords. And I don't think that this is you. I think that you've had to walk away from a situation because of some sneaky, sketchy shit happening. I don't necessarily feel like you have plans to do something secretive here. I feel like it's really about needing to start over. Because of you experiencing this in the past. Yeah, for some of you, you could definitely be saying here that you have some plans that you're thinking about acting on, but you're not telling anybody here, especially with the Page of Pentacles being there. But I don't know. I feel like this is what has been done to you, and you needed to leave the situation. Yeah, in the present, the Four of Swords. So yeah, after experiencing something like that, of course you're going to want to take a minute to just leave me alone, let me think about things. And you may be like cutting off communication with another person who hasn't been, exactly honest, so to speak. You may be finding out about things that have happened in the past that, were dishonest, deceptive, and you are now like reflecting on it, and thinking about things, right? That or you're seriously considering the intention of another person you may be dealing with, which is a possibility here. We'll see. Okay. Future conditions, the Nine of Cups. And this to me is like after having had experienced this, it's about you really thinking about what you want this time, right? And actually working toward that, but being practical about it, yeah, wish is fulfilled, but, I always look at this as, yeah, this to me is more about somebody feeling like they finally got what they wanted, but what is it that you really want? Is it really making you happy? I don't think that this is about being careful for what you wish for, because you've already thought about what you've experienced before, But to me, it looks good with the Page of Pentacles. But for you, it's like looking at it a little bit more realistically and going, what is it going to take here? What have you learned? How are you going to apply that knowledge now to build something a little bit, more honest? Especially with that Seven of Swords coming through. Your best path to follow the world. If we're looking at the past of prison and we're talking about letting go, with the world being your advice, it's saying that you need to take the next steps to complete that in a way where you feel good about moving on and starting over, especially with the Page of Pentacles being there. Let's complete this chapter in your life so that you don't go through it again, right? Because we're not looking at the wheel here. This is absolute ending, but in a good way for you. But you are going to have to take the steps here to complete that, complete that major part of your life out. And take the steps here to help yourself feel a little bit more successful with what you have ahead of you. Whether we're talking about starting over in a situation here, or you going back to school here, learning something new, right, with the Page of Pentacles, whatever it is. But this needs to be completed. Oh boy. In your environment, the Four of Cups, and I feel like you are doing the right thing by kind of going into the meditative state here with the Four of Swords. Because with the Four of Cups, it's like, I thought that this was realistic in the past. I need to start over here and really think about what I want this time. But with the Four of Cups, the reason why in the present moment you're kind of like, okay, let me reflect on things here, is because you may feel like emotionally detached to what you thought, was going to give you that happiness. Because I look at this cup and I think it's not filled, but what you need to fill it is right there, but you're not seeing it, And I don't think that this necessarily has to do with you being bored with things. I just think emotionally for you, it's just like, meh, and losing interest, right? And then I go back to dissipating, like, yeah, But I feel like you're doing the right thing here by like shutting yourself off for a minute. But it leads you to what is going to fill that cup anyway, though. Your hopes and your fears, the Four of Wands. For you, especially with the World being there, to me, this is you hoping to get to a place where you feel like you're starting to see a little bit more stability, like you've accomplished something here, especially if you're having to start over and build things up again, whether we're talking about relationships or work here. This is wanting to build a life, possibly with another person here, right? This is wanting to move in, but I don't know. I look at it more so as you completing something that, was really difficult to deal with in the past, needing to let that go, doing what you need to right now to kind of reflect on why that cup wasn't filled, and getting over that lethargic emotional feeling, going back to a place of, okay, now I know what I want here. Let me start working toward it. And that is what you're hoping for, is stability, feeling like you've accomplished something. I like it, right? Because as long as your focus is there, there's no reason why you can't ultimately go to, what it is you want, as long as you're willing to do what it takes to get there and move away from that crap. And then coming out the Star, it's perfect. It's perfect. To me, I look at this and I think bigger and better. But then I also, besides like having hope restored and having wishes fulfilled, especially with the Nine of Cups, right? This is like washing yourself clean. Like I get that a lot from this one. Like just, I'm clean now. I see the bigger picture. I can see my star, and you're willing to do what it takes to go after it. I like it. Now, definitely this could be the healing of a situation. We're calling it good. We're ending it out. You're getting over the way that you're feeling about it, what you really want. Let's work toward it. And then, what you're hoping for, there's no reason why you can't have that, right? I like it. I think it's great. I don't like what you've been through. I think the way that you're handling it is good. And then the Wheel. Oh boy. But I really think that this is about you breaking the cycle, though. I don't think that you're going to go through that again. Not with this clarifying it. So with the King of Pentacles, right? This could definitely be about a person that has taken from you. With the Seven of Swords being the past coming through and this clarifying that. But with the Stars, situations being healed, right? Or at least that's what you're trying to do in the present moment. But with the Five of Cups, definitely this could point to disappointment regarding a person, for sure. And emotionally being in a funk because of it, because you were let down, because you were disappointed. Now with the King of Pentacles, it could also be that you were really giving, really open. Very dependable. I'm there, here I am to support, but somebody, you know, took from you, right? Which could lead to the disappointment. But again, it could be the disappointment of a person. The Wheel of Fortune coming out on this with everything that's lining up, with the Page of Pentacles being the overall here and looking at the wheel. I don't think that we're repeating a cycle here. I think that this is you getting control of your own fate and destiny this time. You know, if I have to start over, if we're starting the situation over, it's not going to be the same way that it was, because you see the bigger picture now with the Star being there. I like it. I do think that you're going to have to do what's necessary to kind of complete this out with the world in a way where you feel good and you feel good about, you know, moving forward and not allowing the past to hold you prisoner or keep you from, you know, doing those things, because you're running the risk with dissipating in what's going on in the present moment to let everything just kind of fall away and make excuses why, you know, you're not doing things now because of what you experienced in the past. But I like the way that it comes out. It's not bad. And then risk. Taking a risk here and starting over. That's what I feel like. Intention. What is your intention? But what are the intentions of others? You know, if you weren't seeing intentions clearly, by reconnecting with spirit, you're going to get clarity on that and understanding, and again, seeing the bigger picture here. And you need to take a risk and start acting. Take that action. Don't let things dissipate, right? But it's not bad. And I don't think that it's too much of a risk. And then honesty is essential, and listen to your heart. Wow, yeah, I'm going to take these, right? There's got to be a reason for this. Jeez. Honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it's important that we speak truthfully in a loving manner, right? And why wouldn't you expect honesty considering what you've been through? And then back to what you love. Once you have that honesty, then that's fine. Now I can get back to what I want. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. You know, listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart and be compassionate. See things from a different perspective. So, you know, if somebody is speaking to you and you expect honesty here, you have to be open to listening to why somebody may have acted the way they have in the past, and have compassion, right? See things from a different perspective and let it go. Wow, Sag, damn. But I like the way that it comes out for you, because it's about you right now. You know, it's not about dealing with other people and their bullshit anymore. And that's kind of what I feel like looking at this, you know. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Your star is like right there. It's right there. You know, reevaluating what you want. Absolutely. With the Four of Swords and the Nine of Cups, yeah. But with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, like I said, this is you controlling your destiny now.